Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Santa Clarita In-Home Care and Advanced Audiology. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio,
on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guests this morning are representatives of the Sierra Pelona Winery. And
they brought samples, and we're going to...
Yes, we're all going to get soused.
DUI today.
And Beth Heisman, the representative of the winery, is on her way. But for right now, we have Judy Penman.
Good morning.
How
Great
are
substitute.
you? Yes.
I'm
yes.
great.
Vintage.
Great.
Yes.
Not
yes.
aged, though.
No,
of
heavens,
course
no.
not.
And we're excited to talk about the wine festival that's coming up to benefit our wonderful senior center on April 23rd.
Yes.
And speaking of our senior center, I want you to know I drove around with one of our home delivered meals drivers yesterday, and God bless them for delivering the meals to our seniors. It was so heartwarming. It was so wonderful. And I was delivering for Assistance League, who was doing the mini breads for spring. And the men and women were so grateful. And of course, the drivers have such a close relationship with every senior. And I never knew we had so many apartments in Santa Clarita. I've never been to so many places in my life in Canyon Country.
Mm-hmm. Judy, if you ever get a chance, be a home delivered meals driver.
Be a driver.
I have done it.
This is what Barb did.
I did it for pretty close to 2 years.
It was so heartwarming.
Oh, and I know I would take the food and go into the apartment complex, and they would be standing at the window waiting for me to get in there.
Right. Some of the seniors were at the door, and they give hugs to all of the driver. And I was lucky to have a nice young lady, Katie Hansen, who was the Tuesday driver in that particular area. And they just love her. And she was telling me stories that she's helped with their cats and brought food for their dogs and cats and gone in, and they want them to just visit. And of course, there's a 2-hour limit. You've got to get that hot food delivered. Mm-hmm. So
and they do like
she said
to
it's
talk,
really hard to
make it
leave.
Yep,
but it was 2.5 hours. It was so heartwarming. God bless our home delivered drivers at our senior center. What a wonderful thing we do.
Let me just bring up the Assistance League too, because you're doing mini breads. Just tell us what is that about? I mean, that's another added food for our seniors, and you're doing it.
Well, Zonta used to do it for about 20 years, and Assistance League was really anxious to do something new, so Zonta gave it over to Assistance League to do, and basically we make mini breads 2 times a year at the holiday time, so it's at winter and spring, and this was our spring delivery. And Assistance League has changed it up a little bit, so they have their colors, the red and blue colors, and we have different containers and different wrappings. But it's funny, the seniors will say, "Oh my word, I love this bread. I look forward to this bread." One little man said, "Do you have any extra?" And we happen to have, we always make extra.
Yes, always.
And so the driver said, "Well, you can have mine." And of course, she got another hug. So
that was Katie.
Yes,
Katie Hansen.
It was just so heartwarming. I can't get over it. I can't get it out of my mind. It was so wonderful that we do that for our seniors.
You do it, and the senior center does it, and all these apartments. If we didn't do that, these apartments would still be there. These seniors would still be there, and they'd be hungry.
Right.
And you're fulfilling something they need.
Right.
That's right. And they're so appreciative.
They are
like
so appreciative.
Absolutely.
So it was just I've done a lot of volunteering at the senior center, but that's the aspect I had never, ever done before. And it was such an eye-opener. I want to share it with everyone. That's why I'm so excited I could share it with our big audience of 250,000 that listen to this show every week.
That's right. But let's talk, Beth's not here yet, but let's talk a little bit about the fundraiser with Sierra Pelona Valley at the Wine Festival. festival?
Well, Robert Reyes is very generous every year to ask a nonprofit if they would like to benefit. And this year, which is their 4th annual wine festival up in Reyes Winery, it's called Sierra Pelona Valley because it is the Sierra Pelona Valley and incorporates many wineries, small wineries that are up in that area. And the festival showcases nearly 175 wines from over 30 wineries, and over 50 restaurants will be displayed there, which will be giving out food. And this year, they're even providing tequila. So I can't imagine tequila and wine. I won't be doing that.
No, you don't mix the two, Judy.
Not a shot here and a shot there.
But for them to ask to want to benefit our senior center, I think is fabulous because it's, people forget about our seniors. And I just am a big advocate to help our children and help the middle class and help everyone. But our seniors are the people that kept this community going for so many years. So,
well, we're included.
Here we are.
We are. And I do want to say that it is sponsored by the California Bank Trust, which includes All American Containers, Anheuser-Busch, Los Angeles International Wine Competition, Pepsi Beverage Company, and Hyatt Regency.
Wow, what a consortium of
yes.
And
people.
that's just a small sampler. We're getting many more people that are helping us. We have goodie bags that we are providing, and we're getting many, many wonderful items to put in the goodie bags. Nothing but cakes that is so consumer friendly or community friendly is donating a card for a free buntlet cake, which is wonderful. Valencia Car Wash is donating a car wash, $14.99 value. Unbelievable. So it's worth it just to come and buy a ticket to get a goodie bag. Mama San is giving a wonderful $5 off coupon, and that's right here in Newhall. And we have just many, many vendors that are helping us out that are just coming through, and they're so anxious to be part of it.
So this is on
that's gonna be a
Saturday,
big one.
April 23rd.
Right.
Correct?
Right. And I understand the VIP, which holds 100 people, has already sold out just last
Really?
week. So then the general admission it was $75 and now it's $85, and it's selling well. They expect up to almost 1,000 people come to this.
Wow.
And one thing that's exciting is we're going to have Kurt Waite, who was the auctioneer at Celebrity Waiter, who
Yes.
was so dynamic and
he's
made
great.
so much money for Celebrity Waiter. We're having a mini live auction there to fund a bus because we need another bus.
Need another bus.
Need another bus.
So that's
Wow.
very exciting. So we're having a live auction and a silent auction, and we have some great little baskets.
Terrific, terrific. And this event starts at noon?
Well,
With the exception of the VIPs.
Right.
They come
General
at 11.
public is noon to 4, and I understand we are going to have some of our little cars, our little cubes, to transport some of our drivers, our wonderful homebound, our home delivered drivers are actually going to be volunteering, like Pat and Chuck Willett. So they can drive the people from the parking lot down to the festival.
Yeah, because that's quite a little
So-
And
drive,
did they
isn't
drive
it?
them back also?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hope so.
Did they do a breathalyzer on them? when they're
I
leaving,
don't know.
Just to make sure
I
that
think they're on their own
they're-
after.
Well, and they leave the parking lot breathalyzer too. That could be dangerous on that road,
But it's exciting. So they're expecting up to 1,000 people, and this is all of LA County. And Reyes Winery has such a fabulous following from all over. We have many people that come up from the Santa Monica area, and then they stay in Santa Clarita. So it's infusing our economy that day
Oh,
too.
absolutely
And of course, we have
it is.
Cowboy Festival.
So
the same
where
weekend.
is it? I mean, some of our listeners are going, Newhall? Is it
Well,
closer
this
to
is-
Saugus, or is it Canyon Country?
Well,
I mean,
it's up
which
in-
direction do they go?
Go north
Agua
to Agua
Dulce.
Dulce, and it's
Agua
really a
Dulce.
short, well, depending how fast you drive.
Well, it's on
let's say
Sierra
from
Highway.
City Hall, it
Sierra
would be
Highway.
how many minutes without heavy-duty traffic?
Maybe 20, 25
Okay,
minutes.
so it's not far.
Not far.
No.
Maybe not even that far.
And
No,
they're
wouldn't take that
wine. It's a winery that
Yes.
you're going to.
Yes.
You can see the vines out there.
Yes.
And
It's a beautiful,
D-vine.
and I think Beth will want to be talking about that part of it because she's the general manager and she knows everything. She's a gourmet
Is she
chef.
here yet?
She is.
Oh, let me
She's
go
waiting waiting to
her.
us, waiting
Let me
to
go
come
get
in.
her.
And I think we had Robert Reyes on the show last year.
I think
when
so.
we were going through this, and his rationale of why he puts this on and helps so many people in that process, is outstanding.
Oh,
So,
he is very giving to our community. He has given so much, given back, which
And we just are saying hello to Beth Heisman, who just
Hello.
arrived. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. It's
Well-
good for you to be here, and we've been talking about the winery and what's going to be happening up there on Saturday, April the 23rd. But can you tell us a little bit about the winery and about you and what your part
and
is?
are your feet purple?
Not today.
She left her purple feet at home.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
like Lucy did.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So a little bit about me. I'm the sales and marketing director for Reyes Winery, and I'm also the event director for the Sierra Pelona Vintners Association. And I want to go out there and help promote the actual wine region for Santa Clarita. We do have over 40 vineyards and wineries here in Santa Clarita.
Whoa.
And most people don't realize that we all exist. So a little over 4 years ago, we started this so that people realize we do have a wine region. Our oldest winery that has been here and vineyard, he's been here for 40 years. And we have several of them that have been here almost as long. So we want everybody to realize that you don't have to go to Solvang or Temecula or drive up to Napa.
Or France.
Or France. We're right here in Santa Clarita in their own hometown.
And that's on 10262 Sierra Highway.
Yes, and we're in Santa Clarita.
And
We
you're
are
in
Santa Clarita.
So how many acres are you?
We are 16 acres.
16 acres. Wow.
That's a lot of vineyards. A lot.
Yes.
So do you specialize in any kind of wine, Santa Clarita wine?
We have 5 varietals that we grow. We grow Cabernet, Syrah, Merlot, Chardonnay, and Muscat. But we do sell more than we actually produce. So we do have another line of wine, which we call the Renaissance. And we bring in grapes from other regions. Some are local, some are not. I mean, we've brought in from Quartz Hill, and we've brought in from also the same region we're in Sierra Pelona, all the way up to Amador County and Davis, so that we do have varietals other than what we grow.
But at the festival, will there be all these wineries will be there
Yes.
for taste testing for those who
Absolutely. You get to
have that?
try our local Santa Clarita wine from all the different vineyards. We do have some people who produce it here, but they source grapes like us also.
They what?
We call it sourcing grapes.
Sourcing grapes.
So that you don't grow the grapes here, but you produce it here. So they bring in grapes from another region or
I
another
see.
vineyard so that they have enough wine. So we have people that
Interesting.
do that also, just like ourselves.
So all of you work together then, essentially.
Not in a sense. I mean, we're all independent, but we do work together to help promote the area.
Yes.
We want people to realize that we all do exist, and you can come and try our wonderful wine.
So I don't drink wine. So
You love Gatorade,
I
and we
sure
will
do,
have
and you know
Gatorade
that.
there. They are one of our sponsors.
or Merlot, I hope. but I since I don't have that taste for wine, my understanding of it is
Right.
pretty limited. But when you produce a wine, I mean, is it? Can you buy your wine at Trader Joe's or?
We don't
at
sell to
Whole
Trader
Foods
Joe's,
or
but
any-
we do go to Whole Foods.
Whole Foods,
Yes,
okay.
and we are in a number of restaurants and stores here in Santa Clarita all the way down California. Yes.
So at this tasting though, people can walk around and they'll be able to have little
Yes.
sips and
Yes, you get
spit
1
it
ounce
out or
pours
whatever
from
they-
everybody, and you get to try everybody's wine.
That is
Not
pretty
only
cool.
wine, but our local food, and we also have cider and some beer and other local spirits that are made here.
Wow, and I notice when we go to Trader Joe's, we notice that the wine, the bottles have these just great labels on
Right.
it, and I assume
Labels, there are different trends every year on what's popular and what's not. And 2 years ago, we won actually second place for our Renaissance label.
Oh.
So that was kind of exciting to win a label award.
well, and doesn't Robert paint many
Yes.
of the
That's-
pictures for the
We
labels.
do have an art
That's right.
gallery inside the tasting room, yes.
And he's very talented.
Every year he
Yeah.
paints, a handful of paintings, and we choose one of the Vineyard series to put on a label.
That's what I remember about Robert when we
Yes.
talked to him. I guess it was
Yes.
last year or the year
Yes,
before.
last
Were you-
year.
Last
Yes.
year.
Last year.
Wow, what a talent. I mean, and so have you been in this field for a long time? I mean, are you a connoisseur and like me?
24 years.
24 years.
Oh,
Wow.
maybe.
Need a breathalyzer right now. Let's check it out.
And she's young.
24 years and she's young. Oh, my.
But this is for a cause,
Right.
For our seniors, and
Yes.
that's important that you have provided that opportunity to
Yes.
raise some funds for our seniors here in
We're
Santa
trying our
Clarita.
best to get them another bus. We've been working on that, so.
Yeah, it's
And
not
that's
easy,
so
is it?
important,
Yeah.
so important, because so many of our seniors like to go on senior trips.
Yes.
All over the place, especially to the casinos that are not far from here.
Right.
Because I'm one senior who likes to go on those bus rides.
And who wins?
So absolutely, yeah, we would love to be able to get another bus to help them the best that we can, so that you can do different things. you know?
The bad part about, the difficult part about for our seniors when they face driving and they understand that their vision isn't as good, their hearing isn't as good, their reflexes aren't as good, they realize they can't drive anymore. And it does change their independence by having a bus
Absolutely.
at the senior center. They can, do what they want, go where they want to go. And that's being independent. And that keeps their quality of life at a high level.
Judy, what are some of the trips that they have available?
Well, we recently went to Pachanga. We have a lot of casino trips. Every other month is a casino trip, and let me tell you, they fill up within weeks.
Yes.
They're going to the Garden of the Lakes in Thousand Oaks.
Oh, the mall. Yeah.
Yes, which is supposed to be fabulous.
beautiful.
Fabulous gardens. They have San Antonio Winery is coming up, and they've just done a lot of wonderful things down up to Santa Barbara, to the culinary center up there, and
Right.
we have a lot of things coming up for the summer. I don't want to spoil it because we're still in the works with some of our new
Okay.
things, but we try to give a lot of different varieties of trips for the seniors, and we ask the seniors on the buses where they would like to go, so that gives us an idea.
Yeah, you do. You send
We pass
around,
that around.
a
Yes.
sheet.
Yeah.
And
So
The
quite a few
questionnaire.
seniors respond.
Yes.
with places they would like to go.
So, and Trips and Tours, believe it or not, we make a little money for the senior center, which is great because we don't want the price to be so high it's unaffordable for seniors. But the buses are so expensive if we have to pay for a bus, not one of ours.
That's right.
And it is really incredible, the price of a bus. So we have to make sure that we make a little something, but we don't want to gouge our seniors either.
But
So-
now we have one bus already, don't
Yes.
we? And we're working
Yes.
on a second one.
Which is going to, so this festival is so important
It
to our
is.
senior center, and we appreciate so much how Robert is giving of the proceeds from this event to help our senior center. So we're working really hard on sponsors. We're working hard on getting volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer, they just have to go into the SCV Senior Center website. Under events, you pull down volunteer, you put your name and your address and your phone number. We'll contact you because we always need help.
Yep.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, how long has Sierra Pelona Winery been in existence?
Well, the Vintners Association has been there 4 years. Reyes Winery, we've been there now, May will be 5 years. We've actually, that would be commercially be open 5 years.
So you're differentiating commercially, and so when you say that means that you had a vineyard there, but don't you have to
The city
lay
has to
dormant
tell us
or-
that we're licensed to be open.
But don't you have to have the ground or something mature before you can use the grapes? Or
It takes about a year to 2 years for your first actual harvest. Not that it's the best wine yet, but you have grapes. And then usually between 3 and 5 years after planting, then you have grapes that are good enough for wine.
Yeah, so there's that
So
lag
we planted
period.
in 2004, and so now 12 years later, our grapes are pretty much matured. That we make, I would say well-deserved, award-winning wines. We've won 75 awards now.
Wow.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And a glass of red wine is supposed to be healthy for you.
Yes.
As
The
you get
resveratrol.
older.
Yes.
As you
At
get
least
older.
one a night, right?
Yes, absolutely.
No comment on that from this doctor. Gatorade for me is still fine.
But Gatorade that's bad for you.
I know.
It's very bad for you. Wine
I'll switch
is better
over to
for you.
Merlot.
Yeah.
The wine that we produce is all natural. We don't do any additives, preservatives. We don't do any animal byproducts. So technically it is vegan, where, it is not a chemical.
Can you
It's just
call it
strictly-
organic, though?
We can't technically call it organic
isn't that
because you
difficult to
have to
do?
get government certified.
Yeah.
But we are natural, is what we call it.
Are there any wines that are organic?
Yes, there are some that do go through the
Oh,
process.
wow.
But it's a 7-year process with the
Good
government.
luck.
So what wineries now call themselves is natural.
Wonderful.
You do the practices without paying the price.
Okay, now, Judy, where do we find out how to get tickets? Who do we call?
Well, you go on the website,
Yes.
Santa Clarita
Or
Valley.
you can
website,
call the senior
or-
center because they have physical tickets to
Yes.
purchase.
Oh,
And I
okay,
happen to
that-
have tickets in my car right now that I carry around wherever I
So
go.
The mob is forming out
Yes.
in the front here.
So the telephone number is 661-259-9444. Yes,
And ask for Jennifer. Jennifer DeHaven.
Jennifer. And so can we reach tickets through SierraPelonaVintners.com?
Yes, you can go to the website there. You can get them on Reyes Winery. Besides the Senior Center website, you can there's a link from Facebook. If you go to the Sierra Pelona website, there's a button on there that says buy tickets, and it'll take you right to the actual shopping page.
How simple could it be?
Yes. Yeah.
Especially
It's one
if
click.
you know how to use a computer. When you don't know how, then you pick up the phone.
That's
call.
right. And you talk to a real person.
Yes, and
That's
I
right.
would
Seniors are
much
used to
prefer to do that
Yes,
personally.
I agree.
Well, Beth and Judy, it was wonderful having you on and telling us about this fantastic event that benefits the SCV Senior Center.
Thank you so much, and
you.
thank you
Thank
for
you,
all you
guys.
do to help our seniors. Every Wednesday, we listen to you, and your helpful hints, I think, are wonderful for our seniors. And let me tell you, let me finish by saying God bless our homebound drivers, senior drivers, because they are just fabulous.
Absolutely. And if you've never done it, please call the Senior Center to see if you would qualify to be a driver, because it is one of the most rewarding volunteer jobs you can do. It really is. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.